Welcome to segment 2 of October 2025. This segment will span from 10th of October till 20th of October. In this segment, we will experience some breakthroughs in relationships, our values, even our health. But at the same time, we will experience some power struggles in the relationships, and some truths will come to the surface. And later in this segment, we will experience some blessings from Jupiter and Saturn that will help us grow, that will help us get stability. So now let us dive into the segment 2. So on 10th of October, there will be an intense square which will be among Pluto in Capricorn, Black Moon Lilith and Mercury in Libra. So Pluto in Capricorn represents structures, power and control, and even deep transformation. And Black Moon Lilith symbolizes raw and rebellious energies. When these two powerful planets clash in a square, some hidden tensions will surface. So we can experience some issues around authorities versus our personal freedom. We may feel strong pull towards break free from controlling dynamics, whether those will be in relationships, work, or even within ourselves. So this can bring out our rebellious tendencies against unfair power. We may confront some taboo topics or deep desires, usually those we hide. So this energy is uncomfortable but also healing if we dare to face it honestly. So Pluto is also squaring Mercury in Libra. So Mercury here is all about communication, negotiations, balance and fairness. But Pluto is squaring it and challenging it. So our conversations may feel intense, even sometimes manipulative. So hidden truths will come to the surface, and that will come suddenly. So there could be some misunderstandings or power struggles in communication. That is also possible. So we might also experience some power struggles in communications or some misunderstandings in communication. So here we are asked to look beyond some polite words and recognize what is really going on beneath. So this energy may push us to be brutally honest, but also to listen deeply and not just argue for the sake of being right. So we can expect some charged atmosphere in the conversation, in politics, in social dynamics, and even in personal relationships. Some people may try to dominate while others will refuse to stay silent any longer. So what we can do during such intense times? We can practice some conscious communication. We can speak honestly but with compassion. We can take notice of power struggles and ask, is this about truth or is it about just being in control? Then we can honor our shadow part. If deep emotions come up, don't push them away. We can journal them, meditate, or express them creatively. As far as possible, we will stay grounded. Pluto energy can overwhelm, so we can balance it with routines and self-care. So this is a moment for deep transformation actually. Once we go through this intense experience, that can transform us, especially in the way we think, we speak, and how we stand up for ourselves. Then comes the kite pattern. So this kite pattern is among Venus in Virgo and outer planets. So Venus is in Virgo, and that means it is caring, practical and earthy kind of love. It prefers to show love through actions and not through words. So it's a very grounding love energy. So Venus in Virgo teaches us that love isn't always about big words or flashy gestures. It's all about little things, the care, the thoughtfulness, the quiet consistency. But it also challenges us not to get lost in over criticism, because love or life, both are not perfect. So Venus in Virgo teaches us to embrace imperfection. So when this Venus is trining with Uranus and Moon in Taurus, so that means we will get emotional breakthroughs, we will get some fresh insights, There could be some sudden changes in our emotional environment or even our values or even our money related issues, but then ultimately we will feel freedom in those areas. Then Venus is also trining with Pluto in Capricorn, so that means we will experience deep transformation in love, relationship, money, finances and other areas, earthy areas. We will also understand power of love or power of money, and we will also understand power comes by letting go of control. And then Uranus and Pluto, they are also in trine aspect, and that will create a strong base for change and transformation. But this Venus in Virgo will oppose Saturn Neptune conjunction in Pisces. We already know that Saturn and Neptune conjunction in Pisces means dreams versus reality, responsibilities, and how we can discipline our spirituality and compassion. So this opposition will make us question how we are balancing our love, relationships, money, values and self-worth with compassion and discipline. So meaning of this kite is all about experiencing breakthroughs in relationships, values and self-worth. This also brings reality check. Are you being practical? Are your dreams sustainable? And are your values grounded? So all these questions we will face, and how we can use this energy. So in relationship we can be open to new ways of connecting. We can find balance between freedom and commitment. In money and values, these are the good days to rethink about finances, budgets or long-term plans. We need not to fear the change because transformation is on its way. So this aspect will be active for a week until 17th of October. So we can make good use of it. And this aspect in terms of self-worth, we can experience that if we have been too self-critical, because Venus in Virgo can do that. So this kite shows ways to accept ourselves and still we can keep what matters. Then there will be a mystic rectangle formed on the same day. So here Venus in Virgo will sextile Jupiter in Gemini, which is all about communication, connection, socialization. Again, both signs are ruled by Mercury, Gemini and Virgo. So communication, thinking process, networking, all things are highlighted here. Then Jupiter will trine Saturn, which is a beautiful aspect. We will discuss about it in a moment. So that means growth can be achieved through wisdom and discipline. Pluto is sextile to Saturn Neptune conjunction. That means power is experienced through wisdom, discipline and will bring lasting changes. So Venus in Virgo will oppose Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. So practical matters and challenges in love and money can be achieved through surrender as well as discipline. And Jupiter in Gemini will oppose Pluto in Capricorn. So we will experience growth in relationship, but before that we will experience some intense power struggles and control dynamics in the relationships. So how we can use this energy? So in terms of handling relationships, we don't need to swing between power and control or even escapism. We can find the middle ground through honesty and compassion. So in terms of money, we can take practical look at our finances. We can be open to new opportunities for growth and don't need to fear the change. Then on 12th October, a T-square will be formed between Sun in Virgo, Jupiter in Gemini and Chiron in Aries, and that will challenge our perfectionism, inflated ideas and old emotional wounds. Again, Mercury rules both the signs Virgo and Gemini, and Jupiter and Chiron both are the healer. So healing is possible through communication, but that will happen only after we face some challenges. So this aspect will continue until 23rd of October. Then on the same day, that is 12th of October, Mercury will conjunct Mars in Libra. That means our thinking could be faster and even clearer. Clear communication is okay, but harsh words are not okay. This aspect will be exact on 20th October, but this aspect will continue until first week of November. So we need to pay attention to our words. So let us understand this aspect little bit deeply. Mars is the energy planet. It represents our drive, courage, and the way we take actions. And Mercury is our mind, our words, and how we connect with each other. So in Libra, these both planets are focused on balance, fairness, and relationships. Mars and Mercury meet together, our words gain power. Then our conversation become more direct, our ideas turn into actions quickly. But since this is in Libra, the challenge is to stay diplomatic while still being honest. So we may feel the urge to speak up about justice, equality, or something that we have kept about. So it's a good time to express yourself with courage but with also grace. Now this conjunction forms a beautiful trine to North Node in Aquarius that will be until end of October. So North Node represents our collective growth, collective direction. And when it is in Aquarius, our focus is on community, innovation, technology, and progressive thinking. This means that the actions and conversations we engage in now are not just personal, they are guiding us towards bigger future. So words will have ripple effects. So a small decision or discussion that we do today could connect us with right people or even open a new path which will be aligned with our destiny. So combine this energy is like clear and courageous communication, taking actions on ideas that serve fairness and collective growth, and then opportunities to collaborate with groups, communities, and like-minded people. This aspect will give us a chance to align our personal choices with long-term purpose. In those days, our voice will matter. Speaking up can move us forward towards our brighter directions. So how we can use these beautiful energies? We can have important conversations scheduled during that time. If something needs to be said, then say it with balance and honesty. Then we can take actions on our ideas. Don't just plan but act. That is most important. And even small steps will also count. We can look for synchronicities, notice which people, group or opportunities show up. They could be connected with our future destiny path. Then we can think future forward, align our actions with where we want to grow and not just where we have been. So this is how we can just use this beautiful energy. Then on 13th October, Uranus in Taurus will trine Venus in Virgo, beautiful aspect, and that will be exact on 13th October. Both are earth signs, Virgo as well as Taurus, and Venus rules Taurus. So Venus is actually ruling Uranus. So definitely there will be excitement in relationships, love matters. We will experience some breakthroughs and financial gains in land and property or home related dealings. Then we will be able to embrace our unique individuality, and that will increase our self-love. We will experience innovative, pleasurable routines. So we will enjoy our daily routines and we will have some innovative ways to do that. And also when Uranus and Venus are coming together in a beautiful aspect, we can expect some unexpected financial gains and sudden business opportunities. So we can expect the unexpected in love, money, property and our daily routines. And with this configuration, they both, Uranus and Venus, they will participate in the formation of flowing grand trine on 14th October with Jupiter and Moon in Gemini. So this will be a happy period for social connection, love, money, land, property dealings, and it will also bring in some inspiration and hope. And it will remind us that we can manifest our dreams with practical actions. Pluto goes direct on 14th October, big relief, because stagnant projects will move forward. We will feel empowered because Pluto is a planet of power and control. Then on 17th October, Sun will enter into Libra, and on the same day, on 17th October, Jupiter will also enter in Cancer. So Sun in Libra will not be focused on self, but it will be focused on relating with others, which is against its nature because Sun is our core self. But then in Libra season, it is always focused on others, our relationship, our loved ones. Then on 19th, it will be pulled. Sun will be pulled into the finger of God formation with Uranus and Saturn Neptune conjunction. So again the relationship and communication is highlighted here. We have already discussed the minor grand trine between outer planets. So Saturn Neptune conjunction will bring in some practical goals in terms of spirituality, that will bring in some ideological shifts, and Uranus will bring in innovation into all these shifts and systemic repairs. But how to do that? So the answer is through Sun is at apex of this finger of God. So it is telling us that all this can be achieved through balancing and fairness in relationship. So whatever happens that time, that might feel fated and we might experience some sudden shifts that may feel uncomfortable, but they will realign us towards balance and fairness. On 20th October, Saturn and Jupiter. So Jupiter will be freshly entered into Cancer. They will form a beautiful trine that will be exact. So Saturn in Pisces represents discipline, structure and responsibility. And in Pisces, Saturn works on subtle spiritual and emotional levels. It is asking us to build boundaries in areas where we feel lost and to give form to our dreams also. And Jupiter in Cancer represents, basically Jupiter itself represents some expansion, optimism, blessings, and in Cancer it nourishes our family, home, roots and our emotional security. Jupiter in Cancer wants us to expand our hearts and create some safety, and it wants to bless our connections with loved ones. So it brings abundance through care, nurturing and emotional bonds. And when Saturn and Jupiter connect harmoniously through this trine aspect, it's like stability and growth working hand in hand. So Saturn provides discipline, Jupiter provides the vision. Together they help us build emotional security that will last and find faith in long-term goals, combine practicality with hope and turn dreams of belongingness or home into real structures. So this is a powerful alignment for healing family dynamics, creating supportive communities or laying foundation for personal growth that lasts for years. So how we can use these energies? We can create stability in relationships and commit to the bonds that truly nourish you. Then we can work towards long-term goals, especially those connected to home, family, spirituality or our emotional security. Then we can balance faith with our actions. So Jupiter here inspires big vision and Saturn will help us make them real. So beautiful aspect. Then we can ground our healing also. If you are on some spiritual path, then anchor it with routine and practical steps. Very important for the people who want spiritual growth. This period is very potent. So this aspect will remain there for long duration until mid-December 2025. So we can use this aspect for our benefit. So if we want to summarize on how we can use the energies of this segment 2 from 10th October to 20th October. So we can use this mystic rectangle to turn challenges into solutions. We don't need to get stuck into extremes. We can just find the middle path. Then we can pause before speaking under the T-square. Clear words can heal, but harsh words can wound. And on the grand trine aspect, we can turn our inspiration into one practical step. Then we can be flexible with sudden changes because they are guiding us towards growth. We can work on long-term goals related to home, family, emotional security and spirituality with Saturn and Jupiter. To summarize the segment 2, we can say that from 10th to 20th October, intense Pluto squares stir hidden truths and power struggles. But the Kite and Mystic Rectangle will bring in breakthroughs in love, values, relationships, and even healing. And by mid-month, flowing trines and Saturn-Jupiter harmony will help us turn challenges into long-term stability and growth. So thank you so much for staying with me for segment 2 and listening till the end. This is a beautiful, harmonious and enjoyable period. So think about what we discussed in this segment and make good use of it. And until then, stay happy and stay grounded. Thank you so much.